everyone, today I'm going to be reacting to Taylor Swift's brand new album, Midnight. If you would like to skip right to my reaction, I will have a timestamp on the screen right here to where you guys can go to. And now on to a couple quick disclaimers. Number one, this is just my personal opinion and interpretation of the songs. I'd love to hear yours down below, just keep respectful please. Sorry for any background noise or dust particles that may occur throughout this video. I am going to be stopping and giving thoughts as I go along. I'm also going to have to cut out a lot of each song due to copyrights. If you see me looking down on my phone, that's just because I'll have the lyrics pulled up. Lastly, if anything else that I forget to add, check down below, I might have a pinned comment. And let's get into it. The first track is called Lavender Haze.
Meet me at midnight.
Okay, so my thoughts on the song, really refreshing to listen to, a little bit different than what I was expecting it would sound like, but I still really enjoyed it all the way throughout. And there's like parts with the production that are kind of reminding me of the song. I believe it's Hard Feelings and Loveless off of Lorde's album Melodrama. And yes, I know that Jack Antonoff produced this song and he did produce Melodrama and all that kind of stuff, and I think he produced most of this album for Taylor, and I know he produced all of Melodrama for Lorde, so I understand that. But it was kind of interesting to hear that. I really liked her vocal delivery. I thought she sounded good. I like the lyrics on here as well, and I think she said the song was kind of like ignoring the rumors that people make up about her relationship and just being in love and happy, something like that. I think she's also saying in the song like, I've accomplished so much in my career, and a lot of stuff people are talking about is like, oh, when are you gonna get married and like follow this sort of like structure and whatever. And I think that's what she's talking about when she's talking about all these like 50s things that they want from me. Basically, I think she's like, hey, let's focus on my music and not as much of my personal life and kind of like stuff like that. But overall, I thought the production on the song was great. It's something that felt really light and a great way to open up the album in my opinion, so really excited to listen to the rest of the songs. And now on to track 2, Maroon. Okay, so my thoughts on this, great track overall. I really like the pocket that she had in terms of her vocal delivery. That was something that was interesting to listen to. I really like the production on the song generally, and it's interesting how her vocals are mixed in all of these songs so far. I'm wondering if they're going to be mixed similarly in the tracks to come, if it's going to be more so of a light vibe in terms of the vocals, something that's like a little bit more airy in terms of how the vocals are mixed and whatever, kind of like dancing on top of it and kind of just like floating over the production, or if it's going to change in songs coming up. I also really like the lyrics on there. It seems to be a little bit of storytelling, saying like, once we were like this and then I lost you and all that kind of stuff. And she just is such an amazing songwriter, and she can really tie things together so nicely, so I can really appreciate it in terms of that. And then this is another song that I said that I was interested in hearing because, as I said before, she has not missed on her track 2s, and she continues that streak with this song. And now on to track 3, Anti-Hero. my thoughts on the song, I really liked it. I could appreciate that her vocals were a little bit more upfront in the mix, and I really liked the production on it. I like the lyrics on here too. I believe she said this was like about her insecurities and something like that. It was a good listen overall. Now into track 4, Snow on the Beach, featuring Lana Del Rey. Okay, so my thoughts on the song overall, I thought that it was beautiful to listen to. I really love the production on here. I can appreciate her vocals. That like vocal delivery in the beginning, I think that that's something I'm going to have to get used to. It kind of threw me off a little bit, but I thought that she sounded great on the song. And I saw earlier on Twitter that people were saying that Lana wasn't on the song, like she didn't have a verse, she was only on background vocals. And honestly, this is something that surprised me because I said in my last second channel video, I was expecting her to have a verse, or maybe it was going to be like evenly killed, like she was going to have a few verses in the song. So for her to get absolutely nothing, that was really shocking to me because I know people have been wanting them to collaborate for years. So for her to just be on background vocals, wasn't expecting that at all. I like the songwriting on this track. I can appreciate what they contributed to in terms of that. And I remember her talking about the song a little bit on Instagram. I believe she said it's like whenever you fall in love and you can't believe that you're in love and you're just trying to like savor it and you're like, how could this be real? How's this happening to me? Like snow on the beach. And I also did see people on Twitter talking about the line whenever she says, I'm all for you like Janet. And she's real for that. Janet Jackson is one of my favorite artists of all time, one of the most influential artists of all time, one of the best artists of all time. Hit after hit after hit. She doesn't get the respect that she deserves. So I'm happy that that was included. And yeah, I actually have seen a few things in regard to lyrics and stuff like that. I really try to stay away from it, but it just kept popping up everywhere that I go. So I do know some things in terms of like I've seen a lyric or two or whatever. I try to stay away from it because I like to go into these fresh, but I thought that that was something important worth noting. And now onto track 5, You're on Your Own, Kid.
Summer went away, I wait patiently, he's gonna notice me anyway. You're smoking with your boys, didn't choose this town. I dream of getting out from sprinkler splashes. I waited ages to see you there, just to learn that you never cared. You're on your own, kid, you always have been. I see the great escape, I picked the petals, he loves me not. I play my songs in the parking lot, from sprinkler splashes. I search the party just to learn that my dreams aren't rare. You're on your own, kid, you always have been. From sprinkler splashes to fireplace ashes, I hosted parties and starved my body. Jokes weren't funny, I took the money. I looked around in a blood-soaked gown. There were pages turned with the bridges burned. Make the friendship race, let's take the moment and taste it. You're on your own, kid, you always have been.
Okay, so my thoughts on this track. Absolutely loved this thing. Probably my favorite song on this album so far, and I can always really appreciate what she does with her track 5s, and this is a worthy addition to the collection in my opinion. I thought that her songwriting on this song was excellent. I love her vocal delivery on this track as well. I love the production on here. Everything just really melds together so nicely on this track, and just what a standout overall. The track 5s always, you know, cut deep, and this one is no exception, so I really enjoyed this track, and this is one of the ones that I claimed on the album before it came out, and it lived up to my expectations. And now to track 6, Midnight Rain.
He wanted it comfortable, I wanted that. You stayed the same, changed like midnight. Blacktown was a wasteland, full of fences, pageant queens and pretenders. My boy was a montage, a portion jumping off into the ocean. Broke his heart 'cause he was nice.
Okay, so my thoughts on this track, I'm feeling mixed on it. Like, whenever it first started, and I believe her vocals, pretty sure they were just like pitched down, and that really threw me off. I was not expecting that, and honestly, I do not care for that. And then they did that multiple times throughout the song, and then you hear her actually sing it, and then I'm thinking, why didn't she do this throughout the whole song? Like, why did she like pitch it down or whatever they did there? Because it's just not hitting. Like, I listened to the song and I'm enjoying it, and then that part came back, and then I was just like, I'm not feeling it. And then the rest of the verse would come on and I would enjoy it. So it was like a roller coaster going up and down in terms of how I felt in the song, because I was loving some parts and then I was hating that part. And maybe this is something that I could get used to as I keep listening to the song, but I just don't care for it based off my first listen. But besides that, I did enjoy the song. I really liked the songwriting on here as well, and I thought that she sounded good throughout the track. I really liked the production on the song, and this is one that I was kind of curious to hear. And now on to track 7, Question.
Good girl, sad boy, we had one thing going on. Situations, circumstances, I have to say. Can I ask you a question? Did you ever have someone kiss you in a crowded room? Did you leave a house in the middle of the night? Do you wish you could still touch her warm eyes? Bad surprises on your mind with some dickhead guy. Politics and gender roles, and you're not sure, and I don't know. Can I ask you a question? Did you ever have someone kiss you in a crowded room? Did you wish you put up more fight? She said it was too much. It's just a question. Feel like everything's just like second best. You're still with her, that's nice, I'm sure. Did you ever have someone kiss you in a crowded room? Did you leave a house in the middle of the night? Do you wish you could still touch her? It's just a question.
Okay, so my thoughts on this track. Good overall. I can appreciate the lyrics. And there was some things with the vocal delivery, like I think it was like a vocoder or like auto-tuning that was put on like one specific part, I think. Didn't really care for that. That's just my personal opinion there. But I thought generally she sounded good on the song. I like the production on there. I like the lyrics too. And this is another one I was really intrigued to listen to. And now to track 8, Vigilante Shit.
Got eyes sharp enough to kill a man. Sometimes I wonder which one will be your last lie. They say looks can kill, and I might try. I don't dress for men. I've been dressing for revenge. Don't get sad, get even. She needed cold hard proof, so I gave her some. She gets the house, gets the kids, gets the pride. Driving in your Benz. Lately she's been dressing for revenge. She don't start shit, but she can tell you how it ends. Ladies always rise above. The ladies simply hide and love. He was doing lines. Someone told his white collar crimes to the FBI. I don't dress for villains. I'm a vigilante shit. I don't start shit, but I can tell you how it ends. Get even. I don't dress for friends. I've been dressing for revenge.
Okay, so my thoughts on this song. Honestly, I don't really care for the song too much. Basically, I feel like this song is trying to be really edgy, or edgy in a sense, and I feel like I'm not fully believing what she is saying in the lyrics. And so, yeah, I just can't really get into the song that much, like, honestly, based off my first listen. There was like one section of it that I really liked. I think it was the part right before the end, so I could appreciate that section. But on the whole, it's just, the song's not really doing a whole lot for me, if I'm honest. I could appreciate the production for what it was, but I don't know, it's just not for me. Now on to track 9, Bejeweled.
Baby love, I think I've been a little too kind. Didn't notice you walking all over my peace of mind. Someone first only works when you're in their top 5. Best believe I'm still bejeweled when I walk in the room. Still make the whole place shine. Familiarity breeds contempt, so put me in the basement. Polish up real nice. Baby boy, I think I've been too good of a girl. Did all the extra credit, then got graded on a curve. Since you my girl, have you heard? I can reclaim the land. Believe I'm still bejeweled when I walk in the room. Still make the whole place shine. Put me in the basement.
my thoughts on the song. A really fun listen overall. I could enjoy the production. I like the vocals. I like the lyrics. It is just something that I really liked listening to. I feel like it kind of like lived up to like what the title is. Because, you know, with a title like that, I'm either thinking it's something that's just going to be ridiculously fun to listen to, or I think it's something that's going to feel very lavish and expensive in terms of the instrumentation and production and all that kind of stuff. So I actually really did enjoy this one. And this is another one of the songs that I claimed before the album came out. And now to track 10, Labyrinth. Okay, my thoughts on the song. I can appreciate it for what it was. I can appreciate the vocal for the most part. Again, that whole pitching the vocals down, I just do not like that. But overall, I think that she sounded nice on the song. I can definitely appreciate the lyrics. Now to track 11, Karma. Okay, so my thoughts on this song. Absolutely incredible. This is a perfect pop song, pop perfection. I had the time of my life listening to this song. Like, she ate on this song. It's so good. I love the production on here. It is just something that was so exquisite to listen to, something that was just amazing and really complimented the lyrics and just everything on the song. Like, she absolutely ate on this track, and I just love it so much. This is easily going to be a favorite for me on this album. I can tell you that right now. And this was one that I said that I was like kind of intrigued to listen to. So I just wanted to add that I know about the whole theory of there being this lost album between 1989 and Reputation, and the album is called Karma, and people say that she recorded it, then she scrapped it and did Reputation. So I know about that whole theory. I'm wondering if because she saw people talking about that, she was like, let me just make a song called Karma or whatever, because whenever she revealed the song, she was like laughing or whatever. So I feel like she knows about it, so maybe that's how the song came about. Maybe it was something else, but overall the song is still excellent. And something else about this song is based on the title, I thought it was gonna sound like how Vigilante Shit sounded, like based on the title alone, and then it's completely different, and it's giving me more so of a Bejeweled vibe in terms of like the instrumentation and the vibes listening to the song. But I absolutely love this song, and I feel like maybe she should release this as a single. Like, I feel like this could be a smash hit. Like, I feel like this is it. When you think of pop perfection, this is a song that I'm going to be adding to that, because what she did in the song, like, she just absolutely slid. Excellent. You really do love to see it. So good. On to track 12, Sweet Nothing.
I spy with my little tired eye, firefly, a pebble that we picked up last July. Does it ever miss with glow sometimes? They said the end is coming. I found should be doing more. I'm just too soft for all of it. They said the end is coming. I found myself running home to your sweet nothing. All that you ever wanted from me was sweet nothing.
Okay, so my thoughts on this track, absolutely gorgeous to listen to. I really love the production on there, very fitting, wonderful in terms of that. I really liked her vocals, I like the songwriting here. And I know that this is the song that she wrote with Joe, I'm pretty sure, and so I think that they are great at writing songs together. Wow, I just really appreciated this track. It's something that felt so comforting to listen to and just beautiful overall. And now on to track 13, Mastermind.
Once upon a time, the planets and all the stars aligned. The touch of a hand lit the fuse of a chain reaction of counter moves. But if I told you none of it was accidental, I laid the groundwork. But if I told you I'm a mastermind, and now you're mine. You see, all the wisest women had to do it this way. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I'm the wind in our free-flowing sails. What if I told you none of it was accidental? I laid the groundwork. What if I told you I'm a mastermind? Now you're mine. No one wanted to play with me as a little kid. I've been scheming like a criminal ever since. This is the first time I felt the need to confess. I'm only cryptic and Machiavellian 'cause I can. First night that you saw me, nothing was gonna stop me. Saw a white smirk on your face, you knew the entire time. Yeah, all you did was smile. I'm a mastermind.
Okay, so my thoughts on this track, really entertaining listen overall. I really like the production in there, something very intriguing to listen to. I liked her vocals on here, and I like the lyrics as well. Okay, so basically I was editing this video, right? And then I had a Twitter notification, I checked it, and it's Taylor saying that she dropped even more songs, which I honestly was not expecting at all. So I had to come back and film the rest of the songs. So now we are on to track 14, The Great War.
My knuckles were bruised like a punching walls, spineless in my tomb of silence. And maybe it was ego swinging. Flashes of the battle come back to me in a blur. All that blood shed, crimson clover, my hand was the one you reached for. Throughout the great war, I vowed not to cry if we survived the great war. Said I have to trust more freely. You were playing with fire, telling me to punish you for things you never did. All that blood shed, crimson clover, my hand was the one you reached for. Throughout the great war, I vowed not to fight if we survived the great war. And it turned into something bigger. Your finger on my hand and trigger. Broken and blue, I called off the troops. I really thought I loved you. We can plant a memory garden. There's no morning glory. It was war, it wasn't fair. Bloodshed, crimson clover, my hand was the one you reached for. Throughout the great war, I will always be yours. Survive the great war.
Okay, so my thoughts on this song, sublime overall, really amazing lyrics on here. I really like the vocals on here. The production was fitting as well. Now to track 15, Bigger Than the Whole Sky.
No words appear before me. Every single thing I touch, sick with sadness. It's all over now. Goodbye, goodbye. You were bigger than the whole sky. I got a lot to pine about. I'm never gonna be. Could've been, would've been, should've been you. Did some force take you because I didn't pray? Every single
Okay, so my thoughts on this track, it's something that was so devastating in terms of the lyrics, and I really like them just saying, like, you were a huge part of my life, and now that everything is over, like, there's so much that I'm going to have to deal with now that you're not here. What amazing songwriting on the track. I really appreciated it in terms of that. I really liked her vocal over it. The production on here was incredible. And now on to track 16, Paris.
Ex-friend's sister met someone at a club and he kissed her. The outfits were terrible. So in love that I might stop breathing. Oh, I didn't see the news 'cause we were somewhere else. I was taken by the view like we were in Paris. Privacy sign on the door and on my page and on the whole world. Sit quiet by my side in the shade, the kind that's thrown, kind under where a tree has grown. A map on your bedroom ceiling. Didn't see the news 'cause we were somewhere else. I was taken by the view like we were in Paris. And I brainwashed you into loving me forever. That's not true. It's moving, sloping, cursed letters. Flashing lights in the tower at midnight. No, I didn't see the news 'cause we were somewhere else. Drinking champagne. We were in Paris. Somewhere else.
Okay, so my thoughts on the song, a banger, very enjoyable to listen to, and I feel like it's one that's very catchy and it's gonna be stuck in my head the more that I keep listening to it. I really loved her vocal delivery on there, the production, just everything came together nicely in the song. And now on to track 17, High Infidelity.
Heartbroken, slurs spoken. I didn't know you were keeping count. You said I was freeloading. Infidelity, put on your records and regret me. I was dancing around, picket fences, sharp as knives. Do you really wanna know where I was April 29th? Storm coming, bad omen, bags my feet right down the aisle. Good money, I pave you, just know me. There's many different ways that you can kill the one you love. Never loving them enough. Do I really have to tell you how he brought me back to life? High infidelity, bent the truth too far tonight. I was dancing around, put on your headphones and burn my city. Do you really wanna know where I was April 29th? There's many different ways that you can kill the one you love. Lowest ways, never loving them enough. High infidelity, I bent the truth too far tonight. Put on your headphones and burn my city. Heartbroken, slurs spoken. You said I was freeloading. I didn't know you were keeping count, but oh, you were keeping count.
So I thought that the songwriting on this track was impeccable. I really liked the production, and I thought that she had some nice vocal moments in there. And now on to track 18, Glitch.
We were supposed to be just friends. Think there's been a glitch. 5 seconds later, I'm fastening myself to you with a stitch. I'm not even sorry. I'm just so sorry. It must be counterfeit. I was supposed to sweat you out. It's been 2,190 days of our love blackout. Systems breaking down. I think there's been a glitch. 5 seconds later, I'm fastening myself to you with a stitch. I'm not even sorry. I'm just so sorry. It must be counterfeit. A brief interruption and go back to wanting to give nothing. Glitch. Fastening myself to you. I'm not even sorry. I'm just so sorry. It must be counterfeit. There's been a glitch.
Okay, so my thoughts on this track, I think that it's cool overall. I really like the production and how everything works together, something that's very intriguing to listen to. And now on to track 19, Would've, Could've, Should've.
If you would've blinked, then I would've looked away at the first glance. Felt some paint did its letter on a promising romance. All I used to do was pray. Would've, could've, should've. If you never looked my way, I stayed on my knees. Times I never would've danced with the devil. 19. Truth is that the pain was heaven. Memories feel like weapons.
Okay, so my thoughts on this track, definitely something compelling to listen to, definitely something that sticks with you in terms of the subject matter. I think that the songwriting on here is top notch. I really love the vocal delivery. I think that she sounds great on the song, and the production is great as well. So whenever I was listening to this song, I was kind of thinking about parallels to Dear John and everything, but I didn't say anything because I wasn't 100% sure. I still am not. At the end of the day, she could just have made this up and just be writing or whatever, because she says a lot of her songs at this point aren't necessarily based on personal experience. But I did come across this on Genius, and like looking at the Genius page for the song, they pull a lot of parallels from the song. So that is something that's a possibility. That is something that's interesting that I wanted to know. And in general, if you look at the Genius page, it seems like there's a lot of parallels between this album and other albums of hers. I don't know if she necessarily did this on purpose, but it's interesting to kind of look at how some of the songs can connect. And now to track 20, Dear Reader.
Dear reader, if it feels like a trap, you're already in one. Burn all the files. If you don't recognize yourself, means you did it right. Never take advice from someone who's falling apart. Dear reader, don't have to answer just 'cause they asked you. Greatest of luxuries is your secrets. Never take advice from someone who's fallen apart. Wander through these nights, I prefer hiding in plain sight. Filling out to you for free. Couldn't take my word for it if you knew who was talking. No one sees when you lose, when you're playing solitaire.
Okay, so my thoughts on this song, it's alright. Like, I think just in comparison to the other deluxe tracks, I feel like I like those a lot more. And also, like, the ending part with the vocals, again, pitching down, like I said, I just don't really care for it in the context of this album, at least. Now I wanted to share my favorite songs on this album with you based off my first listen. So I'm going to say You're on Your Own, Kid, Bejeweled, Karma, The Great War, and I'll also have Paris on there. It's like my absolute favorites. Honorable mention to Sweet Nothing because I really do enjoy that song. Now I wanted to share my overall thoughts on this album with you. So I think that this is a great album overall. I really enjoyed listening to it. I'm so glad that this is a pop album because that's exactly what I wanted. And so it was really interesting to get to hear Jack Antonoff produce an entire album for Taylor. I know that he's produced some songs for her in the past, but this is the first time he's done an entire album. And so it was really cool in that regard. I also wanted to say shout out to the other producers on this album. I know that Aaron Dessner is involved because I checked the credits and stuff, and also shout out to Soundwave as well. I can really appreciate their contributions. And so I definitely would recommend this one. I think that it's something that you should listen to, of course. And this is definitely going to be one of my favorite albums of the year for sure. Just listening to the deluxe tracks, I feel like they make the album stronger just in terms of the songwriting alone, and they're really enjoyable to listen to. And I definitely think that some of these deluxe tracks should have made the standard album over some others. And I honestly was not expecting to get any extra songs, and if that was the case, it was probably going to be like months and months later. Like the fact that we got like 7 extra tracks, completely unexpected, but very thankful because like I said, it does make the album stronger. Then of course we have that extra song Hits Different, which will probably come in a few months, something like that. But wow, I mean, for the album to be extended like this, it just really makes it so much better. So I can really appreciate it in terms of the deluxe tracks alone. Generally, I can appreciate her vocals all over the album. I think that she sounds great. Like I said, having the vocals pitched down, and like there was one moment where it's a vocoder or autotune or something like that. I wasn't necessarily a fan of those moments. Maybe they can grow on me. We're gonna have to see what happens there. But overall, I thought that she gave good vocal performances across this album. And then in terms of the songwriting, I feel like some moments on here made me cringe a little bit. Like that one line in Vigilante Shit whenever she's talking about drawing the eyeliner sharp enough to kill a man or whatever she says in that. And some other moments, sometimes you can have lyrics that are like a little bit corny or whatever, and it's like kind of like a borderline. Like you're almost close to making me cringe, but somehow you're able to pull it off. And some moments, in my personal opinion, it just doesn't work for some of these lyrics. Some of these lyrics are in the songs, and I'm like, why did we put that in the song? Like it's just not clicking. It's not working for me. It makes me cringe a little bit. But even though there are some moments where I might cringe a little bit because of a lyric, generally the songwriting on this album is great, and I feel like the deluxe tracks make it even better. We really have some incredible songwriting all across this album. Taylor is one of the best songwriters of all time, in my personal opinion. One of my favorite songwriters of all time. One of my favorite artists of all time. So I think that the songwriting holds up here, and just the detail with her lyrics and the bridges and all that kind of stuff in terms of her songwriting is something that I always deeply appreciate. So as a songwriter, just amazing there. So So in terms of the production on this record, generally I do love it. I think it's pretty fitting for the songs, but also I kind of feel like it may not be dynamic enough. Like sometimes these songs can kind of blend together in terms of the production, so it kind of would have been nice if he would have like switched it up a little bit more, maybe have some more like actual instrumentation like guitars, piano, and stuff like that. And there probably was some, and I have to pick up on that and listen to this record again obviously, but I feel like it could have been more different and more dynamic in terms of the production, just to have it stand out a little bit more. I do think that the production generally works for all the songs in this album, but I feel like that was something important to know. Could have been a little bit more dynamic in terms of that. But I really do love Jack Antonoff as a producer. I can appreciate his work with Taylor and Lord and a bunch of other artists, and I think that he's very talented, and I think that he did a decent job in terms of the production on this album. Excited to listen to this album more and kind of see how I feel about it over time. I may make a video on my updated opinions on this record like I've done for Beyonce, just to share how I'm feeling in a couple weeks, because I'm planning on listening to this album a lot in the next few weeks, and so over time my opinions can change. Maybe things that bother me in terms of the production can grow on me and stuff like that. Sometimes there's songs I don't like and then they grow on me, so we're gonna have to see. So I may do an updated video on my opinions in terms of this album. We're just gonna have to see what goes there, but as it stands, I do enjoy this album. I think that it is a welcome addition into her discography, and I'm just so excited to have Pop Taylor back once again, and I'm so thankful that she gave us another album this year because she is one of my favorite artists of all time. And so what a gift. It was already cool to have 13 songs, you know, and then whenever you add 7 songs on top of that I wasn't expecting, that really threw me for a loop. And good thing I actually checked my notification and actually read through everything. I can definitely appreciate Taylor's gifts as an artist, and I just think that she's very talented overall. So I'm really excited to learn more in terms of like the writing process for this album, how certain songs came to be and stuff. And as more information comes out, I'll probably have a pinned comment right down below, and I might add some of the information in my description just to keep everything up to date. That's my overall thoughts based off of my first listen. I would absolutely love to know what you guys are thinking down below in the comment section. What are your favorite songs? Do you agree with my opinions? Do you disagree with me? Let me know everything down below in the comments because I'd absolutely love to read them. Let's keep the conversation going there. If you wanted to see more videos on Taylor Swift, I've done a bunch of them. I will have a card on the screen right here to where you guys can go to, and that just takes you to everything that I've done on her so far. But that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, give it a like down below. It helps me a lot in the YouTube algorithm. I very much appreciate it. You can subscribe right down below if you want to see more videos like this. If you hit the bell, you get a notification to your phone when I post. Do not miss when new videos come out. The first link down below in the description is going to be my second channel. On there, I talked about what I wanted to see from Midnights and a bunch of other topics, so if you wanted to see more of me, you can definitely hit me up on there. And then I should be doing a reaction to the music video for Anti-Hero. I might be a few hours late because I think she was releasing it earlier, but I should be doing that over on my second channel. So definitely subscribe if you would like to see that. And I'm also going to have my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Spotify if you'd like to follow me, as well as a link to stream this record down below, and lastly, links to educate you guys on important situations. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.